Good evening, everybody. It is December 28th, 2021. I'm going to try doing a video here from my phone. I'm down in Miami right now enjoying vacation, but wanted to do an update here since I had the time. So, looking at Bitcoin, sorry for being on a phone screen here, but wanted to just try to get this out. This orange box, I said originally that this was going to be, kind of the zone that we needed to keep an eye on and see if we got a rejection from there, which would then make this move look like an ABC, like that. So that is, in fact, what happened. So the question is now, what next, right? So I think what makes most sense to me is that we're going to see a B wave bounce here at a minimum, right? So we saw probably what's an A wave here. Probably going to see a B wave bounce at some point up about 50% or so of that move, and then a C wave down, potentially to around 45 or so. Depends on where B actually bounces to. That seems most reasonable to me. Now this could turn into, I've been saying that we're not out of the woods yet for like a 30K move. This could potentially turn into an impulsive move down, which would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we could drop down into that 30K range. That's possible as well. So it really, depends on if Bitcoin wants to continue just chopping. Are we going to get ABC and then another ABC? I've drawn that a couple times now where we could see just that sideways chop. That's very possible. So, I can't say with high probability right now what the expectation is, except for we're probably going to get a dead cat bounce here at least. I mean, the indicators are extremely low. We've got the RSI all the way down there. PPO is super oversold as well. So seeing a bounce is likely. And if we do a fib retracement like this, we can see potentially. So B waves are hard. They're pretty variable, but a lot of times they go right here between the 618 and the 382. So somewhere between 49 and 50.2 seems like a reasonable expectation for a B wave bounce. Somewhere in that region. It could go higher, it could go lower, it's hard to say. So, trying to scalp, you could potentially scalp along right now, although it's a little risky, just because those indicators are so low. But I'd definitely be taking profit on that in the 49 to 50K range, and then we'll just have to go from there. Is it possible this dump is already done, in which case we have an A and just a really shallow B and a C down? It is possible. If you draw a trend-based fib extension, you can see that the C wave got to the 618 of the move, right? Here's the 618 here. So we did get there. It's a little shallow for a C wave, but it is possible that it's already done. But like I said, I kind of favor the probability that we actually haven't yet completed the B wave, and we're going to see something more like this. So once that B wave plays out, we should start seeing, as this goes up, we'll start seeing the indicators truck up here and get up into the upper zone there, and that'll set us up for that C wave drop then, right? And so once we get that B wave bounce, wherever that ends, we can draw a fib extension and see where we might end up for a C wave, if in fact a C wave happens. Like I said, we do have that possibility of dropping down further as well, but that B wave bounce is potentially a pretty good opportunity to short. So there's that. All right, and so how does this play into our diagonal, the potential diagonal I was making here, the purple one, right? This was not set in stone yet because I needed to see it go up here to this red box for a wave 3. It's still potentially on the table because this is considered first wave, second wave in a diagonal, right? And then we would be working right now on a third wave, And so I said we would get ABC up, we'd see ABC down. So if we're already done, maybe that's a little ABC. The next move's going to have to be pretty substantial, though. We're going to have to see ABC up like that in order to keep this as a possibility. That is still on the table. I mean, that's not, I don't think it's high probability at this point, but it is a possibility. So really there's not too much to do right now. I've stopped out of my positions, break even, so I've haven't lost anything, which is great, and I'm just waiting for a more clear setup again. But if we do, trying to select this purple line, there we go. If we do see that, basically what we'll be expecting is something more like this, where like if we end right now, this is sort of just a retest again of that trend line there, of the lower bound of the diagonal. That's a possibility if we go up, and that is only, again, we're back to this 51.9K area, only valid if we sustained break above 51.9. This is not a sustained break. That was a little wick up above, and it immediately rejected down. So, I said in the group, right as we were going there and hit 52K, I said, don't get too excited yet, because who knows what this is going to bring. We need to see a sustained break, and we did not. All right, let me think here if there's anything else we need to go over. This white line is a larger diagonal. I'm not going to mess with that quite yet. Let me just drag it down if I can. I don't even know where it is. I'll do that later on a larger screen. All right, so yeah, I mean, let me go over to daily chart. Okay, so the one thing that the bulls have going for them on the daily chart is this RSI breakout is just about retesting, right? So we had the price breakout, and we have technically broken down that, right? So this yellow line here, right here, that's the price breakout, right? And we're coming down, and technically it could be a retest, right? We did go a little bit below it if you actually look. We went a little bit below right here with that candle, so I'm not too convinced by it. But the RSI breakout still is technically valid. We haven't broken back down in the RSI. So that is the one thing the bulls have going for them. And if we see a move up from here pretty immediately that exceeds the B wave, right? If we exceed the B wave and we end up breaking 51.9, then we're back in the scenario where we go up here and we're making a larger diagonal up into that 60K area. But I truly am not convinced by any of this action. Like I said, I've stopped out break even, so I'm back into cash. I've got lots of cash laying around, ready to be deployed when I get a more clear read on the market. But like I said, it has not given me that clear read yet. All right, so I think that pretty much sums it up. Don't get too excited and go heavy on longs right now. If you do have longs, be prepared to take the profits around 49.50K just as a scalp, and then sit and wait. If we get a sustained break of 51.9, then we can go a little bit more aggressive on the bull side. Otherwise, I'm expecting to have to short probably around 49 to 50K. Might be a good area to hedge some shorts, and then wait for this lower area for C down here in the mid 40s at best, and potentially looking even deeper at a larger drop down to the 30s or even the 20Ks again at some point. All right, so hopefully that made sense to everybody. Hopefully this video worked well, and I'm gonna go back to enjoying the weather down here in Miami. All right, good night everybody.